Well, good day, viewers. We're back into the bathroom today. So we've got a list of things we're going to try and get accomplished and then try and get back outside as well. As I mentioned, we want to try and put a bead of caulk down each one of these seams because I really believe they're very visible, and I want to address that now before we put the finished paint on. I won't be able to do it all because we're still waiting to get to these doors, both sides. We do have some continuing wall repair. Now, we have not polished the tub yet, but that's because I want to finish this wall repair on each side and prime that, because I'm not sure what the compound would do, the resurfacing compound for the fiberglass would do to exposed drywall repairs. I don't really want to get one embedded into the other. So we have that. And then we also want to address this toilet flange. I'm going to clean that up. It seems to be a little bit rusted. So I'm going to clean this up really good. I'm going to tape around here. And then I've got some Rust-Oleum primer meant for rusted metal. Because I want to make sure this flange is good for another 20-some years for the new toilet we're going to be installing. This would be a good time to catch that if it's not. Hopefully there's no hidden surprises. So I'm going to start with the wall repair, and we'll move on to the wainscoting, then we'll get to this and hopefully get back outside to work on the workbench. Be right back. Well, it's always good news when you go back to the blue top. That means you're close to finishing, because now you're using a lightweight, which should be the last 2 passes, maybe 3, of the application of compound. We do have, so we've got this, and we're going to go in here and clean up the edge of the tub to prepare that. Remember I said about applying water along the edge here, clean that up, then we'll get a coat on, and then maybe we'll get another pass on there later today, because again I'm putting it in thin coats, so it should dry, I'm hoping, quite quickly, so we can move on to the next thing. So be right back. Okay, so good first pass is done on both these drywall repairs. Might need one final pass, which I might even be able to get done today. But I also want to remind you to keep things clean. Remember to clean the bucket and the lid. And just, I know I brought it up before, but you know, I've been out of the construction business now for at least 10 years, maybe a little more than that. And I've had, with the exception of this knife here, all these knives before that. So I've had these for several years, and they're still working great. I don't even think you can buy these things anymore. Not the quality of them anyway. Maybe if you spend a bit of money, but at the way things cost today, you might be deterred not to do that and buy something cheaper. But thankfully I've taken care of these over the years, and I still have them. So we're now on to the caulking of the wainscoting. So we'll be back. Okay, so now we're on to the caulking of the wainscoting. I did this one here to just give you an idea that this is kind of what it looks like beforehand, very visible. And now with it being caulked, it kind of just blends very nicely in there. Use your trusty caulk gun, remember, the one that cuts the spout. You'll find out with latex caulks that they don't require any penetration of a seal. And this is, we're using the DAP Kitchen and Bath Adhesive Sealant. So it's got Mo Garden, all that lovely stuff. So, and it is water-based, so it cleans up very nicely with water. Make sure you have a clean bucket of water, a nice clean rag, and you should be good to go. So we'll be back. Just to get a good value of the work that we're doing. This work, meaning caulking of these joints between the panels, I want to give you the before, and then we'll give a shot of this of the after. Okay, so here's the after. I think they pretty much disappeared. I think after priming and painting, the little shadows you're seeing right now are probably just a little bit of caulk residue on each seam. So I'm pretty sure that this will look great once primed and painted. So now we're on to the toilet flange. Trying to get that prepared for a new toilet. Be right back. Okay, so my first step here was to clean the ring that fastens the Johnny bolts to this flange. Dawn makes a great product to clean wax off of an old wax ring. And you have to clean the throats where these Johnny bolts go. Sorry, fine. So they're cleaned. And then what I'm going to do is I don't have any wet sandpaper, but I do have emery cloth. And every plumber has that on the truck if he works with copper, I guess. So I'm going to sand that down a little bit. And then we're going to put on this gray primer. Amazon and blue tape again. Amazon boxes make good recycling, so do paint cans, because that's a paint can circle there. Perfect size of the outside of that flange. Spray paint makes a terrible mess. So we're going to cover up a big area. I'm so glad that I didn't put on my final coat of grout, because look at all that messy stuff that would have got into my brand new clean grout. So now we're off to getting this prepped and primed. We'll be back. Now, because spray paint gets almost everywhere, it's a good idea to cover a good large space. I don't want any spray mist on these tiles. So I covered the entire tiles and I taped down around the toilet flange. Now I'm going to prime that, and I think we should be done. I'll give you a good look at it after it's all done. We'll be back. Okay, so now we have our toilet flange all set and primed and ready to go for toilet. Almost good as new. So we'll probably try and get a little further with the taping today. That's still wet a little bit, as you can see. So we have to give that more time to dry. If I can't do that, I'll guess we'll have to get on to that tomorrow. But we're almost done with the bath work today. Now it's outside to continue to work on our bench. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.